have him here, Dr. Sean Kenniff.
Oh yeah, because he's going to be, you know, like a huge big author. And next year we're going to call him and he's going to go, who?
Oh, you guys, very sweet, very sweet.
True.
Seriously, but the success of the book, which we'll get to in a second,
Yes.
has been astronomical so far.
It's really good. And we're going to talk about some of the great famous people that are giving you
Yeah,
really
right,
rave reviews on this. This is nice. I think you're going to go places with this. Dr. Sean Kenniff, you remember him from CBS 4, medical reporter for years.
That's right.
And also Survivor fame, season 1.
That's
what are they
right.
in season 75
I've had
now?
such an interesting life, haven't I?
Yeah.
So Survivor, then to Extra, actually, and then
I
CBS
remember.
News.
Yes.
And then, just like, tens of thousands of South Floridians and, millions of Americans, I became a victim of the economy. I lost my job, and I found myself scrambling.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Even though I'm a doctor, I can go back to New York and practice. Like, I loved my job, like so many people, and it was nothing that I did. It was just, an economic.
Layoffs.
They didn't need the health reporter. They needed layoffs, and
They
there was-
needed budget cuts. It happens, and it's sad.
It is, because your job is really important. Money's not everything. It's not important for your faith. It's not important for the people you love. But it's for the things that money is important for, it's almost all important. Like,
Yes.
the roof over your head, the food in your belly. So, it's important. And when you find yourself at a certain age, after you've been successful, scrambling for a job, like, you feel so powerless. And that's
It
where the book
stinks.
comes from.
It stinks.
Yeah, it really does. The book is called Etre The Cow. If you remember from French, the old, your old high school French, Etre, E-T-R-E, means to be or to exist. It's all written from the point of view of a pasture bull who is simple, but he finds himself self-aware in the pasture, and he's fenced in, and he's completely powerless over his life. And he begins wondering, like, why am I the only cow who cares about this? Why are we just consuming grass, 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 grass? How come I have no power, no control over my life? How could this happen to me? And he begins to unravel his world.
Okay, number one, I want to say when I heard about the concept, I was like, I don't know how this guy's going to pull it off. You did a great job because,
Thanks a lot.
you start identifying with the cow,
Yeah.
and then you become the cow, and
Well,
you
I think
are
we've
Etre
all
the
been on
cow,
that
and
place.
it's really, you know what, if you right now are searching for a job, if you right now are having a crisis in your life, if you're floundering, this is a great book to read.
Right, Etre the Cow is about that. We're all on different pastures, but we're all
man.
fenced into some extent. That's what it's about.
And you are not alone when you read this book, and it gives you some great inspiration so that you
Right.
go and get up the next day and put the foot forward and
Exactly.
keep going until you get into
If you're
a better
not in
situation.
control, he's having an existential crisis. If you're not, the cow is. If you're not in control of your life, who is controlling your life, and why is that so, and what can you do about it? That's the nutshell. Now, I do want to warn people, Etre the Cow is not a children's book. It might sound like a children's book. It's in bookstores everywhere, on Amazon
Sex
right now.
scene.
But there's a cow sex scene, there's a slaughter scene, somebody dies, I don't want to say who, but it's bloody, it's violent,
I didn't get to that part yet.
Yeah, it's inspirational.
And you
though.
But it is
Yes.
inspirational in the end.
You have some famous people that have read this and given you.
Yeah, and I don't know
rave
them either.
reviews.
Being in TV, we have connections, but I swear I have no connections. Dr. Jane Goodall, world famous primatologist.
Yeah, sure,
I put
gorillas
her
on the
at,
list.
right. I put her at the top of my wish list, or close to the top, and she said it was one of the most extraordinary books she ever read. And I don't know her. And then Archbishop Tutu, who is one of the world's greatest humanitarians, was at the top because the book's about oppression and dignity, and it's written from a point of view of a bull, but it's really a human story.
Sure.
And so Archbishop Tutu was at the very top of my list, and he said it was one of the most important books written in a generation. So I feel really redeemed by it.
See what I mean about him not coming back to see us next year?
Yeah, he'll be on tour.
Well, listen, Monday, Books and Books, Coral Gables.
Coral Gables.
Book signing.
Book signing, we're having the book launch party, Coral Gables, it's on Aragon, the Books and Books, everybody knows that store. 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. They have a wine and beer bar there. It's a great
Perfect.
bookstore.
I'm there.
Yeah, so will I be. And we're going to talk, there'll be a reading. I'll tell you about Etre the Cow. You can pick up a copy, but it's also, I think, Etre the Cow is in bookstores now, or you get it on Amazon, or
We'll give
just
one
about
away
anywhere.
right now to the ninth caller at 800-924-1027, and we'll have it personally autographed for you from Dr. Sean Kenniff.
Terrific. I appreciate that.
You are an inspirational guy. You know what? Here's a guy that got laid off. He's done some great things in his life, but you've turned it around in a big way.
The story that it did, and that's the last thing, I guess, but is that I was driving home with my termination papers, and I passed the cow pasture, which I passed every day, so I actually went, like Jane Goodall a little bit, to live with the cows. I hopped fences all across South Florida and lived with the cows for a little bit to get to know them. So.
Now, Dr. Kenniff, I know we're here to help you about one thing. your driving, your fear of driving on the Palmetto Expressway.
Oh, it's brutal.
I've heard that you have, you tremble,
fear.
you get cold sweats.
It's horrible.
Dr. Sean,
It's horrible.
the Palmetto is merely concrete and asphalt. It's the people around you that you must fear driving with you in the same direction. So do not fear the Palmetto itself. Fear those other drivers.
You know what? They say nobody ever beats the Palmetto. I've never beaten the Palmetto. Never once.
But Libby can help you get around it, okay?
Libby will, if you ever have these freak out, experiences, then you go ahead and call Libby.
Or call me before you hit the
will,
road. Before you
definitely.
intend on
Okay.
the
I
Palmetto,
will.
you just call.
All right.
Okay, see
To the
Dr.
Mardi Gras
Sean
Gaming Traffic
Mondays.
Center.
Monday, 8 to 11.
Sorry.
Books and books. Coral Gables. Etre the Cow.
Etre.
Love it.
Buy it. Okay.